Don't worry about us, Dad. We're just casually starting a house fire. How do you think the Emperor ended up with children of this many hair colors? Like, even assuming there's different mothers, there's no way his genetics be this varied. This is wild. That's like the fucking Down syndrome cousin of the Wilhelm scream. Oh, it's probably too bad. Oh, he was trying to commit suicide, so he fucking forced some liquid down his throat. If that ain't Valentine's Day dinner, I don't know what is. Bro, just make him the fucking crown prince at this point. You know how in every family there's a clear favorite, but everyone will deadass look at you in the eye and be like, no, you're not the favorite? He's the favorite! So truly, the role is pointless. Like, at face value, the role makes him feel like he's risen up and been promoted after all these years. But in actuality, any of the dumb shit he declines, you just fucking appeal directly to the man who's actually in charge. That's some big dick play. Since the beginning of the show, I've hyped this series up as being a really fascinating reincarnation show. And anytime you hype up a show like this, you'll have a couple of the same handfuls be the loudest voices. The one they'll say, oh, this is the same slop we see every season, go fuck yourself. And then the other, I love this slop, and just will gush about some pointless shit. But they won't actually believe what you're saying. And there's a big difference when I'm gushing about something like Seventh Prince and his billion maids that want to bang him, right? That show's fun because of its action. There's sometimes some character stories in that show that I like, but at the end of the day, that ain't no 10 out of 10 masterpiece, and it's very fucking questionable, I can admit that. But a show like Noble Reincarnation, this is more exciting than every fucking big episode I watched this week. JJK, Oshinoko, Sentenced to be a Hero. I fucking like this episode more than all those. And if that pisses you off, so be it. I frankly am done giving a fuck, because the way the politics in this show work is so fucking fascinating. And I can't remember ever seeing something quite done like this. Because what do you mean that we have a system where a man's life legacy could go out the window and could be dumbed down to his final years being senile, letting a coup happen, his sons overthrowing him, and they had to take drastic measures? Instead, no. What if we come up with a way that a crown prince who's probably been waiting for 30 years to be king, kind of reminds me of Queen Elizabeth. She lived a little too long. I'm sure the king got a little impatient there, right? Giving a title to them so that they feel important but actually have no power is the most brilliant fucking victory I've seen all season, and the best fucking action scene I've seen all season. And if that pisses you off, frankly, my dear, I don't give a rat's furry ass. This was fucking amazing. Now, hey, you know what to do. You got this far in the video, you slap that like, show your support, subscribe, ring that bell if you haven't already, and Patreon's where you catch my full live reactions to all these episodes and more, which does help fund the channel and videos just like the one you're watching. See, this is interesting, because when he first came up with the whole Prime Minister Prince title, I was like, okay, that makes sense. And my assumption was, well, the king will still be in charge. But yeah, I was looking at it as you have 3 sons with a lot of power. And if you put another son above them, which in theory should have already been, yeah, I mean, anytime you piss him off, he could just strike down your ship. But if you have a loophole where you can appeal, which is basically like, hey, in theory, you shouldn't have a president who can just do whatever they want. But at the end of the day, you are supposed to have ways to appeal that shit. And if the system works, which currently it would, because the Emperor, if he was doing some dumb shit, he would strike it down. And probably Mr. Prime Minister Prince is going to be dumb enough to not realize that there is that loophole, but it will make them feel more important, which will die down some bullshit that's happening. At the end of the day, I think we all know who should be the actual heir to the throne. And it's fucking Noah. This man, 2 episodes in a row, has said that he's his favorite, both with audience and without audiences. Now, how would the other princes take some 12-year-old kid getting the heir? Probably not well. But if we assume the king lives another 5 to 10 years, I feel like at the rate we're going, he will become crown prince. Now, will it happen? I don't know. And I think if you were to do it right now, it would be taken very poorly. But if we have enough W's on our side, by the time this man's on his deathbed, his final words, I crown Noah as crown prince. Yeah, there would be some hostility towards from some of them, but I don't think as a collective whole. It's so interesting because Noah is without a doubt the spitting image of this man. I don't know a lot about his younger years, but from everything I've seen, I feel like Noah is truly the fucking younger version of him. And I think given the legacy this man has already built, when you see overhead shots of his people, you don't get the impression that his people are suffering. Like, he made a kingdom like just full of prosperity. Also, this episode did something that I've been highlighting a lot. The fact that a lot of Noah's alliances, loyalty are built around people who genuinely want to support him, not because he's paying them to, is something that's important, because if your loyalty comes from a group of mercenaries, those mercenaries can be bought off by the next highest bidder. So by offering this man, and I think he really was just planning to pay him and he'd be useful for a time, but him declining the payment, it's something to be wary of because we don't know him enough to truly trust him. But it does make him more trustworthy in the long term if he's truly just following this man, because the way he explains the whole concepts of like, hey, I take a few bribes, but I don't take bribes that, you know, have any chance of fucking me over long term. And I think it's an interesting mindset because it doesn't make them as like knight in shining armor. He's perfect. It's just like he valuing his skin over a quick payday. And that's just so interesting to me. I also find it incredibly fascinating how he immediately was able to figure out that, oh shit, like if this got out, everything politically would be fucked for us. So I have no choice but to hurt myself. And in doing so, protecting everything. Because initially he fucking forced some like silver lava down their throat so they couldn't, you know, bite the cyanide pills or whatever else they were going to do, only for him to have to take a blow like this. It's just, I love this show, and it's so deeply unfortunate that this isn't a 2-core. Like, I don't care if people actually hate this show or just don't fuck with it as much as me. I still get people who will pop up in my comment and will like unironically act like, oh, I'm just glazing mid. And if you actually think this is mid, I don't want to hold a conversation with you. I'm gonna keep it real. Like, there's options to have differences of opinion, hearing different sides, but the political writing of this show is so fucking thought-provoking. And if I wasn't currently watching for the first time, I'm nearly done it, How a Realist Hero Rebuilt a Kingdom, this would probably be the most interesting political series I've seen in years. But even still, it's the second most interesting. You let me know your thoughts down below, though. Drop a like, share your support, subscribe, ring that bell, and Patreon is where you catch my full live reactions to all some more and other exclusives like, hey, I'd love to give video shoutouts to those patrons, because without them, you won't see these YouTube videos at all. Alright, so today we got Jacob, Conrad Sosin, Tobias Reinhold, Flav Dorks 414, Wen2X, Ukando Itsuhuzi, and we also have Linkitsu 15, so I appreciate the support. Please take care. You all have a good one.